Good afternoon, students, and welcome our HCP lecture. I will start the new chapter, that is sterile manufacturing, and this topic is also important for the exam point of view. Okay, so in last lecture we have started our new topic or chapter, that is manufacturing. Okay, in which there are the two manufacturing processes carried out, that is sterile manufacturing and non-sterile manufacturing. Firstly, we have seen the sterile manufacturing. Then sterile manufacturing means what? Aseptic manufacturing and sterile fill finish, a process in which the drug product, container and closure are first subjected to sterilization method separately as appropriate, then brought together, that is aseptic manufacturing. Introductory part of the sterile manufacturing. Mosquito bite perhaps gave the idea to man of injecting substances into the body by puncturing skin. Harvey's work on blood circulation is foundation of parenteral therapy. Then Christopher Wren pioneered the art of injecting by putting opium into the vein of dogs successfully in 1665. Then Dr. Wood pioneered the first subcutaneous injection using a hypodermic syringe in 1855. By 1890s, it was realized that since we are bypassing body natural defense system and are introducing the drugs directly into the blood, it is very important to sterilize both the syringe and the solution. Injections became officially in 1926. The infections could be from living microbes and also from microbial products such as toxins and pyrogens. We therefore direct their manufacturing by special techniques called aseptic technique to make them sterile preparation. In addition, there should be no chemical impurities, or in case they are unavoidable, their quantity should be below the toxic levels. The product should also be free from foreign particles. These are the introductory part of sterile manufacturing. Then definition of sterile manufacturing involves the creating a medications is an environment free from viruses, bacteria or any other potentially infectious organisms. This type of the compounding is used for medications that will be administered either through a IV injection or directly into the eyes. Will be administered either through and IV injection or directly into the eyes. Okay. Then large and small volume parenterals. Large volume and small volume parenterals. Large volume parenterals is also called as the LVPs. LVPs, large volume parenterals, and small volume parenterals is also called as SVPs, small volume parenterals. Large volume means large volume parenterals are more than the 100 ml volume, and small volume parenterals is less than 100 ml volume. Then large volume like the saline solution is the large volume. The quantities of injectable fluids also vary greatly, ranging from the fraction of millimeters to several hundred millimeters. Intravenous fluids can vary from 1 to 500 ml. When it is above to 500 ml, they are large volume parenterals. If the dose is more than the 50 ml, the osmotic qualities should match with a blood and other fluid. They are required to isotonic with blood serum or other body fluid Then tonicity of solution is the function of the quality and quantity of the sum total of the solute present. The overall tonicity of the solution can be computed by the calculating the molecular concentration of the solutes or by determining the freezing point of solution. Then tonicity can be increased by additives, but it should be compatible with other ingredients and also with the bodies of biochemistry. A 0.9% solution of the sodium chloride. Sodium chloride is a normal saline. 0.9% sodium solution of sodium chloride is normal saline, is isotonic with blood. Then isotonic solutions are not necessarily isotonic. Example, a 1.8% solution of urea has osmotic pressure equivalent to 0.9% of sodium chloride solution. For example, a 0.8% solution of urea has osmotic pressure equivalent to 0.9% of sodium chloride solution. But the urea solution produces the hemolysis. The product is therefore evaluated for isotonicity only in the biological system. Okay. Then facility and requirements. For the sterile manufacture, the following equipments are necessary according to the Provision of Drug and Cosmetic Act. First is storage equipment for ampule and vials. Then second is ampule washing machine. Third, ampule drying machine. Then hot air sterilization, cold storage and refrigeration unit. Then autoclave, storage cabinets. Then water still. Then labeling packing unit. Then sun-dry laboratory items, then sintered glass funnels, then filter press, then filling and sealing unit, then seeds filters, then filter candles, then sintered glass filters, then water for injection, and last one is storage for distilled water. These are the requirements and facilities of sterile manufacturing. First is storage equipment for ampule and vials, then second is ampule washing machine, third ampule drying machine, then hot air sterilization, then cold storage and refrigeration unit, then autoclave, storage cabinets, water still, then labeling or packing unit, then sun-dry laboratory items, then sintered glass funnel, filter press, then filling and sealing units, seeds filters, then filter candles, then sintered glass and filters, then water for injection, last one is storage for distilled water. Then next point is facilities. Facilities of sterile manufacturing. The facilities for manufacturing include maximum degree of the cleanliness is aseptic filling rooms. Surrounding area should also provide a buffer area in which standard of cleanliness are only slightly lower than those of the aseptic room. These all requires utilization of the best construction material and most feasible design. Then the ceiling, wall and floor should be constructed of material that is easy to clean and non-porous. The ceiling, wall and floor should be constructed of material that is easy to clean and non-porous to prevent accumulation of debris and moisture due to the absorption. One of the best finishes for the rigid surface is spray on tile. That is spray on tile. This is ceramic, vinyl or epoxy finish applied by the spraying from a continuous smooth seal coating on ceiling and walls. The one of the best material for floors is plastic cements applied as a thick coat on existing floor to form continuous sealed surface. This is the ceramic vinyl or epoxy finish applied by the spraying to form a continuous smooth seal coating on ceiling and wall. One of the best material for floor is a plastic cement applied as a thick coat on existing floor to for continuous sealed surface. Then movable metal partitions are sometimes used to provide flexibility of room arrangement but have the disadvantage of possessing seams and joints which are difficult to see. Then glass is often used in the partitions to provide a supervisory view of the operation unit, but more importantly to provide a more pleasant, better lighted and con- less confining work surroundings. Then furniture should be non-porous. The furniture should be non-porous. Then hard surfaced materials, then preferably of stainless steel. Then counter should be suspended from walls. Equipments that are difficult to sterilize must be kept out of the aseptic area. Then if they must to be used in the aseptic area, they should remain there throughout and be continuously exposed to the disinfecting process. Then operating machinery parts should be enclosed in the stainless steel housing. The mechanical servicing of electrical lines, gas pipes, then water pipes, air ventilation and other utility lines also require careful planning. Then they are usually laid on floors above or in separate corridors alongside the production area to prevent the contamination of production area by maintenance operations and personals. Then environmental facilities is environment control, traffic control, maintenance, surface disinfection, then irradiation by UV rays, then air control. First is environmental control. The best facility are valueless without good environmental control prior to and during processing. The standards of aseptic control may vary depending upon area involved. Then traffic control. Personnel should be permitted to enter aseptic area only after following rigidly prescribed procedures for removal of stress clothing, washing their hands and donning sterile gloves, shoes, caps, face mask, other prescribed articles. Once they enter the aseptic area, they should not be permitted to move in and out of the area. Unauthorized person should never be permitted in enter into the aseptic area. In this traffic control, unauthorized person should not be permitted to enter into the aseptic area. Okay, then maintenance. Cleaning should be done at the end of working day or during night and involve all surfaces including ceiling, wall, floor, counters, equipments, etc. and kept record. A quiescent period should be allowed to permit the settling of dust from air and the action of surface disinfectant and UV radiation. Then cleaning equipment of aseptic area should be reversed and not be used elsewhere. Okay, then surface disinfection. After through cleaning, all surfaces should be disinfected at least in aseptic area and effective liquid disinfectant should be sprayed on or wiped on all surfaces. Irradiation by UV rays will further reduces the viable microorganisms present on surface and in air. UV rays may be particularly useful to irradiate the inside, then expressed surfaces of processing tank, under hoods of conveyor belts, etc. Then ear control. In any area occupied by personals, the ear must be exchanged at frequency interval. Fresh outside air must first be filtered to remove gross particulates matter. Then spun glass or shred sorry shredded polyethylene filter can be used for this preliminary cleaning operation, that is high efficiency particulate air. Then filter composed of glass and asbestos or electrostatic filter can be employed as a further precautions for aseptic area. Banks of UV lamps can be installed in a ear ducts of downwards stream to kill any escaped microorganisms. Then another ear cleaning system washes the ear with a disinfect and control the humidity at the same time. Then here are complete this point facilities. First is environmental control, then traffic control, maintenance, surface disinfection, then irradiation by UV rays and air control. I will stop here, then remaining part discuss in next lecture. Okay, thank you.